It's been a few weeks, but we're going to continue on this content dilemma video from Joe Bart. Very great video. I relate to a lot of it as a small creator. Goes to show that he is saying things that are valuable, you know?
In the past 2 weeks, like, you need to lock the fuck in or it's going to keep going down. And like, a lot of people from their own perspective might be like, oh, I love that content, I'm going to keep watching, but it's not what like you specifically want to see. You might love my videos that do bad. It's like,
this is completely out of context. I have no idea what the subject is about.
when a video does bad though, I can't keep doing that, right? Like, an example is like Slime Rancher as a game that I played. Fun game. A lot of people really wanted to see it. Hardcore community wanted to see it. Videos did fucking terrible. I lost money on the videos. Editors, I had to pay, more money to edit down 3 hours of footage. The videos flopped. Some of them got demonetized, or they just did fucking dog ass terrible. And it was a bad thing for me to post, and I shouldn't have done it. But it's like, that's a big part. Content creation is constant trial and error.
Yeah, I mean, tell me about it. I posted over 2,000 videos. I know.
Trial and error, and you'll never get it. You'll never get the game. And you can get the game a little bit more on YouTube. Like, there's guys like Mr. Beast that really understand it. And I think I understand like clickbait and thumbnails and stuff and like what video ideas will do well, but you can never tell if it's going to be a 9 out of 10 or a 1 out of 10. You'll never know until you post the video. And it's like, It's even worse on short form. Like, I feel so bad for people that do TikTok still, because it's like, I ran that shit fucking 5 videos a day, every day for fucking 3 years. And I hate that app now. I still post, once a month, once every other fucking 2 weeks or some shit, just a rant that I want to do because I want, I feel bad like just abandoning that app. But it's like, I'd fucking delete that account and I wouldn't really give a fuck. Like, when TikTok was going to get banned, I felt bad for the other people, but I was like, I don't really give a shit. Like, that app like pisses me off a lot of the time because it's so. Dude, it is fucking draining to post short form videos and watch, and you think that you understand it, and then watch the video fucking flop.
Oh man, I so relate to that. I posted over 900 TikToks, and only one of them got over 100,000 views. That's so true, and so many other creators are going through the same thing. I do this thing where I scroll on TikTok live just to see how many other streamers there are, because there's a statistic that there's over 10 million new streamers every month since 2025. I don't know what the rollover is to 2026, but there's so many creators out there. So it's so oversaturated. And you post all of these videos and you put effort into it and you link your effort into the views that you might get, which is out of your control. When you don't get the views, you start tying it to your own self-worth and self-pity. And it's a downhill spiral after that. And it's this whole loop.
You could have, dude, I literally have 20 million followers on TikTok. I could post a video that I think...
How many followers?
Like, you could have, dude, I literally have 20 million followers on TikTok. I could post a video that I think will do well, and it'll literally get 10,000 views.
He has 20 million views. 20 million subs.
There's no traction that you gain on that app. Like, there's traction on YouTube. It's so different. The other point I wanted to make, and I think kind of the path that creators go down, is you're initially in it for fun, entertainment, and then you're in it for money and a mixture of all three. And then you have enough money that you don't need to be in it for the money anymore. And that's kind of where I am, right? I still do sponsors and stuff because it's like, you want to have generational wealth. Like, I want to be able to, I'm 23. I want to be able to set up my kids. I want to be able to put them through college and help them out in every, financial need that they might have, And I also, like, one of my dreams is I want to travel the world. That's really fucking expensive. Travel's not cheap, The week-long trip that me and Brooke took to Iceland was like $8,000. Like, it's not a fucking cheap thing to just go and see countries,
But come on now. If we're minusing the tickets and everything, and how much are you really spending on the holiday? 8,000 on a week is ridiculous. Even if you're going to Iceland. Look, I went to 4 countries over the span of 8 weeks. I went to Barcelona, Rome, to Georgia, and then to Egypt. And I didn't even spend over £2,000.
It's very, very expensive. But it's like,
it's only expensive if you make it expensive.
I feel bad about like how I perceived content creation narcissistically and just my own life and people in general as kind of like, I don't want to say it was like sociopathic, but it was like, I used to only care about growth in myself and how I perceive myself and all this other shit. And now like that's fully changed, man, because it's like I've achieved those things and then it was like it hits you. It's like, why am I fucking caring about that shit anymore? The fame is stupid. I don't care about fame. If it were up to me, I would do stream and people would know who I am, and when I hit the end stream button it would be Men in Black, mind wipe, nobody remembers me. You know, not that I hate getting recognized in public. I love being able to help people positively in that way, but it's like you don't get to live the regular, you know, I can't go like what a weird thing to complain about. Like I really want to say, like, I understand this is such a privileged thing for me to say, so it's like, get the fuck out of here, Joe. Like, who gives a fuck? But it's like I can't go out in public without being watched. Like it's that simple. Like I can't go out in public without it being like, and you would think like, oh, you know, not everybody knows you, but it's like anybody between the ages of like 13 and 25 will know who I am. Not guaranteed, but it's like they look at me like if I go bowling or I go to the movies or I go somewhere with like 100 people that's within my audience demographic, 2 of them are going to look at me and know who I am. You know, and it's like not disturbing, but it's like almost like you can't let your guard down, man. You can't chill.
There is the other side. There's another side to it where you get to a certain point where it's not even safe for you to be outside anymore.
You know, and just like an everyday life
really
thing.
blame
And then
for feeling
just
like that.
outside of content creation, you know, or outside of that, like the in real life recognition or somebody recognizing me. Now that I'm set in the money sense, it's like, what do I want to do now? And I don't want to just quit. You know, I think there's a lot of creators that make a lot of money, they get their bag and they leave. And there's a lot of people that are like faceless YouTubers that do that. I think I am in a situation where like what motivates me in life outside of just like wanting to achieve my dreams and like fucking travel the world and see life before I die, because I don't think there's anything after this. It's like, I want to affect people positively, you know? And I used to not care about that at all. And it's so surreal looking back at myself, you know, 4 years ago. In the
Run that back real quick.
In a situation where like what motivates me in life outside of just like wanting to achieve my dreams and like fucking travel the world and see life before I die, because I don't think there's anything after this. It's like I want to affect people positively, you know? And I used to not care about that at all. And it's so surreal looking back at myself, you know, 4 years ago and the content that I made then for sole personal gain. And now
that is one of my purposes. My purpose is to worship Allah and contribute to the betterment of society.
Do charity streams and I do all this other shit. And it's like I get proud of myself and then I put myself down because it's
Excellence.
like narcissistic for me to view it that way. It's like what Ayn Rand says of like, nobody can do anything that's selfless. You know, anything that you do that's good, you're doing it for yourself. And it's like, I love doing these charity streams and I love being able to help people mentally and like suicide prevention stuff and all that stuff that I do. It's great, you know, but I do gain, I get happier, you know, when I do that stuff. I'm like, oh, I did something good. And it makes me feel better about myself. And I don't think that it's bad, but like sometimes I put myself down for that of like, is this why I'm doing it? You know, am I doing the fucking Red Cross charity stream or F Cancer charity stream because I want to raise awareness for this?
There's a great speaker, Muslim Lantern, Muhammad. He mentions the term mutually exclusive. Because you want something good for other people and also to benefit yourself, it isn't one or the other. It isn't mutually exclusive. You can have both. It's not pick one. Have both. You can do it because it makes you feel happy. It makes you feel accomplished, fulfilled, in line with your goals, and also because it benefits other people. Whether it's helping feed other people, charity, giving other people money, sharing knowledge, helping others have a good time when they're feeling low or they're just bored. That service is for other people and it can also make you feel good.
Or is it because
it's not one or the other?
And I think I've come to the terms of like, it's a mixture of both. And I don't think that's bad. I think if it's fully just for myself, obviously that's terrible. But it's like, I don't think it's bad that I feel good that I'm doing charity streams. I don't think it's bad that I feel good when I, you know, donate 20 grand to fucking St. Jude or some shit. Like, it makes me feel good about myself, but it's also doing something positive, and I think that that's fine. You know, I don't think you should always be in things for personal gain, but I don't think you should ever feel bad about yourself for doing something positive and feeling good about it, right? And I think that's a wall that a lot of creators hit is around like where I am now, where it's like what do you do? You know, do you continue? Do you plateau? Do you keep trying to do the rat race, or do you kind of take a step back, or do you just full on quit? And it's like,
and I've decided to keep going in a matter that is in line with my purpose. To make views and money a secondary, and my primary is ihsan, excellence, worshipping Allah and contributing to the betterment of society, and doing the best that I can do in everything that I do.
Impossible to choose is kind of the point that I'm trying to make. This is kind of just a ramble of random shit, and I apologize. I'm all over the place, but I'm just ranting about content creation as a whole in my journey, so it's like, it's going to be all over the place. And that's like how this video and the format of how I'm jumping topic to topic is what's going on in my mind, man. It's like, you can't choose, you know, and there's been days that I want to quit. You know, there's been days that streams have been terrible, or I feel like shit, or you're getting harassed, you know, and it fucking sucks, man. But it's like, I love being able to push forward for the people that love
That's
to
so
watch me
relatable
every day, man. Like, it's that's the thing of how I was saying earlier about, you know, I wish I could Men in Black mind wipe and nobody would know me outside of stream. It's like, that fan interaction where people are like, man, you really like helped me. It's awesome. You know, like I met people at TwitchCon that were telling me that like I helped them, you know, urge them to get help, you know, and get, you know, therapy or psychiatric help. And they were like, you know, genuinely emotionally talking about genuine things that they were going through and that I helped them. And I don't even know this person. And yeah, it's parasocial to a degree, but it's like, they're basically just letting me know that my content really helped them. And I love that, you know, and I don't recognize that a lot, but it's weird, man. I don't know. I think I dissociate a lot because it's also like the content that I make doesn't feel like me, but it's like when I watch my own shit back, I'm like, oh, fuck, that's me. But I just feel like a thinking thing, man, which I've said in other fucking philosophy videos before. I think fame is stupid. I think people that care about fame are fucking stupid. It's like a polar opposite of who I used to be, man. Like, I used to think that shit mattered. It's so fucking stupid now. Who gives a fuck? You have followers. Who cares, man? Fame is fully subjective and relevant to the individual and whether or not they know you. It doesn't fucking matter, man. What matters is, you know, your actions and how you know, interact with people on a day-to-day basis.
It's a good guy,
you know,
man.
Are you nice to them? Are you friendly with them? Are you fucking helping them out? And obviously, like, I'm a dickhead here and there. But I think, like, any of my friends that are in need, I'm always there for them. My family is in need, I'm always there for them. It's
nice.
like, I want to be, like, the guy that's reliable, right? I think that's, like, a big thing. It's who my grandpa was before he died. And I think he was too much that guy and he didn't care about himself. I think you need a balance in life. But like all these dilemmas you hit as a content creator, because it's like, dude, it's like this weird moral barrier of like, do I keep going? When do I stop? When does this run? Like, what am I going to do? And it becomes so much of your life that it's like, I'll feel lost when I'm done. And that's another reason why, like, I took a small step back and I want to do that again in 6 months.
Oh man, I didn't even want to say anything. It almost feels like a therapy session where I'm just listening to him vent his things out. He had a lot to get off his chest, and that's fine. I do too, a lot of the time. And I have this conversation in my head a lot, and I journal a lot, and I speak out loud a lot, and I don't do it a lot on my content. It's good to talk out your problems because this voice in your head, which in Islam we call it nafs al-ham and the shaitan, your lower self that's filled with doubts, that gives you all of these, you're not enough, you should quit, and the shaitan, the devil, giving you these whispers, telling you to quit, telling you to just stop doing everything. It won't end. You have to find ways to cope with it, and I got my own ways as a Muslim to deal with these sort of things. I hope that you find yours, because it will really be a difficult storm to weather if you're not protected.
Months or a year or however long, because it's like, if you just hard quit, bro, these guys get lost, man. Like, content creation is so your life. It's like, it's not a 9 to 5. Like, your 9 to 5, like, your job isn't you, bro. But like, your job's you as a creator. Your job is
true.
so you as a creator. And it's like some people more than others. And I try to keep that barrier. And I think I do, because I think I have a lot of hometown friends. You know, I hang out with all the guys that I used to. And, you know, I have content creator friends. But it's like, I fully separate stream and like personal life. Like, I want to be Joe. You know, I want to have my own interests and things. But like, so many of these people get so enveloped, and every aspect of every part of their day is revolved around money, views, marketing, content creation, ideas. And a lot of it's fun, but it can get pretty scary in that you're going to look back at your life 10 years and be like, holy fuck, dude, that just flew by.
Yeah, true. I mean, neglecting your responsibilities and then looking back, scary in the other way of people that expose too much of their private life, they deal with the hatred, repercussions, and backlash of trolls and haters and scary people that are criminals that stalk you, that find where you live, that assault you in public, that cyberbully you. It's very risky. And I mean, it's due to personalities, but the reason people expose a lot of their personal life is either they're narcissistic and they want people to care about them and their life, or two, they think that exposing more of your personal life will lead to more viewers, which I actually sat in the second bracket of, I thought that the more of my personal experience and life I shared, the more views I got, which is not, it doesn't correlate. That's not what gets you more views. Viewership is linked to virality, and virality has its own chain of rules and stuff that you have to abide by to get views. You learn that you should really separate your personal life from what you put out there, because people will start to look into your personal life and try to track you down and track down family members and just cross barriers that you shouldn't want to be crossed. The world is a toxic place. X and TikTok are perfect examples of that. Go to posts and look at the comments. The people with the weird names, anonymous names, and anonymous profile pictures saying the most rude, outlandish, disrespectful things. It's not a nice place.
Because even when I'm done stream, like I'm constantly having to check emails and talk to people and do calls, and it's running a business at the end of the day. That's all it is. It's running a business with a bunch of people fucking knowing who you are. It doesn't stop. So it can get draining at times, but I don't know. I love being able to make content for you guys. Like I don't really know where I'm trying to go with this video or what point I'm trying to make. It's more so just like, if you want to pursue content, this is how I'm going to wrap it all together. If you want to pursue content, what you're in for it now isn't going to be what you're in for it later.
Definitely.
Won't. I don't care what you think. It won't. You know, if you're 4 years into it and you're way more grown, you make more money, you have more followers, your content's changed, like how you perceive it is going to be so different. And I think that's life in general. You know, where you think you're going to be 4 years from now is probably not where you're going to be fucking 4 years from now. How you perceive life is probably not how you're going to perceive life 5 years from now, because you're going to change, you know, and you're young. You're probably watching this video, you're between 13 and fucking 30. You know, some people might be older, and, you know, I'm not judging you by any means. I appreciate you watching this video as an older millennial, but I don't know. It's just like I'm at a stage in my life where I'm changing mentally, physically. Like I'm 23, man. Like I'm the youngest adult part of my life, and content creation is such a part of my life. And it's not that I don't want it to be. It's that I want to be able to balance that, you know, and slowly take a step back to where, like, this isn't going to be my life for my entire life. You know, I'm not going to be Markiplier doing this for 30 years. So it's like, you got to set yourself up for what you're going to do after. And that's not really a problem now for anybody that's pursuing content currently. You know, like if you haven't grown, this is only, what I'm ranting about is only a problem for people in my exact position. So I feel like this video isn't going to relate to anybody. It's more so just like you're getting in the mind of like how I think about content. Like I love making videos, but it's like sometimes I wish I wasn't the rat race guy. Like I wish I was the guy that could post a video once a month and it just fucking blows up and then you just move on. But it's like those guys have it even worse than me sometimes, because their revenue and their fucking content creation is fully reliant on that one video a fucking month, one video every other month that they post.
Yeah,
I could
true.
have 9 videos flopping in a row and it doesn't fucking, I don't bat an eye. You know, I'll bat an eye, because if I had 9, 10 out of 10 videos, YouTube would be shaming me with a bunch of thumbs downs and just less views than normal, and it would fucking eat me alive. But like I post so frequently that I don't have to deal with that. Or that like fear in that sense of like, oh,
it's
if
a
the video
different,
underperforms,
it's a different
now you can't
rules.
pay rent. I don't know. I feel like this video I had a goal and a direction that this video would go,
and it's gone,
and it didn't go in any direction. I kind of just word vomited about social media for fucking 30 minutes, and now
it was more of an improv video, and it was actually a bit of a stream with no viewers because there was no edits, and it's him just talking in his regular stream format.
we're here. I don't know. I like making points near the end, and I think the point that I want to make is if you're ever going to get into content creation, don't have it be for money off rip. Obviously, money can be a secondary thing. You want it to be a job. Once it becomes a job, you're gonna change how you perceive it. You know, you're going to. It's gonna become a little bit less fun, maybe a lot more less fun. Depends on the person. That's just how it is. You know, you might love what you're doing, and then the second you're making money from it, you become reliant on it, and then it's no longer a hobby; it's a career, and you're gonna perceive it differently. When you start making money and you grow, you're going to perceive that differently. When you get your first death threat and harassment and weird-ass people, you're going to perceive content differently. And then when you're in a situation where you don't need to do it anymore, you're going to be at the crossroads that I'm at. And I still want to do it. I'm still going to do it, you know. But I think my advice, and it's not even, you know, like it's the best advice because I don't even know how it's going to pan out, but I think I'm choosing the right thing to take a step back slowly. You know, many steps back. Don't full quit. You're going to be lost. You know, I think I would be lost. And, you know, not that my advice would work for everybody, but it's just kind of how I perceive it. And I think it's the same thing in life in general. You know, no matter what job you have, you shouldn't just full stop and you know, pivot entirely. It's different from quitting a job, moving to the same thing in the same career. But it's like if you're a fucking physical therapist and then you drop the ball and just have no idea what the hell you want to do for the rest of your life, like you're going to be lost as well.
Yeah.
So, you know, take things one step at a time, I guess. That's what I'm doing. And that's all you can do in life. So, yeah. I hope this video wasn't dog shit. I feel like it kind of was. I didn't really make any.
He doesn't give himself enough credit. He's crapped himself, talked negatively about himself so much in this video. And it goes to show that it doesn't matter how big of a creator you are. Those self-deprecating and doubtful and low self-esteem talk is a different battle that you have to face. He's got some things he needs to look into in terms of self-confidence. And I understand he's 23. I'm 24. So a year ago, up until now, I was dealing with the same stuff. You have to find a way to build that confidence in yourself. And understand that if you walk into a conversation like this and you believe that you can provide value, don't say self-deprecating things like this. It's your channel. You recorded the video. You can have it as long as you want. It's on your philosophy channel. People can watch the whole thing. They can watch 10 minutes of it. They can watch 20 minutes, 2 minutes, 30 seconds, 1 second and leave. It doesn't matter. I mean, you're posting the video and you're trying your best to provide value to your audience. You're not just talking about yourself. You're linking it to experiences that we can relate to and how we can actually learn from what you went through in your content journey as a big creator. It's a valuable piece of advice. I mean, I give advice on being a YouTuber and I only have 3,000 subscribers compared to how much he's got. And I'm not comparing yourself to other people that are bigger than you isn't a good idea because it can just lead to just doubtful thoughts. In this case, it's a showcase that, Joe, you should have more confidence in yourself, bro. We sit here and we watch your video. So you doing this self-deprecating thing, not intending to do it to us, but you're essentially telling us that we've wasted our time watching you, which we don't think it's a waste of time, so you shouldn't either.
Any point at all. I just rambled. So I hope you enjoyed, but I will catch y'all in the next one.
I tried to sit this with a little.
Comment down below what you want me to rant about philosophically or just, you know, serious topics in general that you want me to talk about, because I'm really game to talk about anything. This channel in general is philosophy, but it's more so just the serious Bart channel. But yeah, appreciate y'all, and I will catch y'all in the next one.
I hate how he thinks rambling isn't good or people don't like it. It's love when Joe rants on Philosophy Channel, and this channel always, and this channel in general always makes me happy when I see. Exactly, it's not ranting. I really liked the video. It had a lot of good insights on what a big creator goes through, and it made me feel at ease knowing that he goes through the struggles that I go through now. And it also shows me that those struggles won't go away. So I should find a way to cope with it now, as opposed to waiting until I get big and thinking that it will just vanish into thin air. Joe is a great creator, great stuff. And what I really liked about him is that he said he wants to have a positive impact on his community. So big shout out to bro. He is doing amazing.